When the nurse whispered the words, "She's blind," the world around Emily Sterling shattered like glass. The cries of her newborn daughter filled the room, but Emily could only hear the echo of her own heartbeat, pounding with disbelief and guilt. She was the daughter of one of the most powerful business magnates in the country, Richard Sterling, the man whose name could open doors in any industry. But at that moment, all the money, prestige, and influence in the world meant nothing. Her baby girl, Lily, had been born into darkness. For years, Emily fought against despair. Her father demanded silence, no media, no sympathy stories. "The world doesn't need to know our weaknesses," he'd said coldly. So Lily grew up hidden from cameras and social gatherings, a secret the powerful Sterling family guarded fiercely. Emily loved her daughter more than anything, but under her father's shadow, she felt trapped. A mother constantly told that love wasn't enough, that reputation was everything. By the time Lily turned 6, Emily had tried every specialist, every surgery, every experimental treatment money could buy. Nothing worked. Her father blamed her. "You chose the wrong man, the wrong genetics," he hissed one night. Emily packed her bags that very night, took Lily, and left the Sterling mansion, forever. They moved to a small coastal town hours away, where no one knew the name Sterling. Emily took a modest job teaching at a local school. Lily, bright and curious despite her blindness, quickly became the heart of the community. She would listen to the ocean every morning, saying softly, "Mommy, I can feel the colors in the waves." That's when they met Ethan Cole. Ethan was a single father raising his 7-year-old son, Noah. He was quiet, kind, and always seemed a little tired, the kind of man who carried invisible weight. He ran a small repair shop and volunteered at the community center where Lily took piano lessons. One afternoon, when Emily was late picking up Lily, Ethan found the little girl sitting at the piano, her small fingers gently feeling the keys. "You like music, huh?" he asked, crouching beside her. Lily smiled in his direction. "I don't just like it. I see it." Ethan paused, watching her fingers hover over the keys. "See it?" "Yeah," she said proudly. "When I press this one," she hit a soft C, "it's like pink. And this one," she pressed a lower note, "that's blue. My mom says it's called synesthesia." "Synesthesia," Ethan said, his voice soft. "That's beautiful, Lily." From that moment, something gentle sparked between them, a connection that neither Emily nor Ethan could ignore. Over the next months, Ethan and Emily became close friends. He'd stop by the school to help fix something broken, or he'd drop off extra groceries when he knew Emily was struggling. He never pitied them, he just showed up. But Ethan had secrets too. His wife had died in a car crash 3 years earlier, a crash caused by a defective brake system in one of Sterling Industries' cars. He'd buried his pain under work and fatherhood, unaware that the woman he was slowly falling for was the daughter of the man responsible for the company that took his wife's life. As months passed, Lily's bond with Ethan grew stronger. She'd sit in his shop, listening to the hum of machines. "It sounds like a song," she'd tell him, smiling. One day, Ethan decided to build something for her, a small device that converted colors into musical tones, allowing her to hear color through sound. When she put on the headphones, tears streamed down her cheeks. "I can finally hear the world like I always imagined it," she whispered. Emily stood nearby, tears in her own eyes. "You did this for her." Ethan just smiled. "She makes people see what really matters. I just wanted to give something back." It was then Emily realized she was falling for him. Not because he fixed things, but because he understood the silence, the pain, the hope. But just as happiness began to feel possible, the past came crashing back. One morning, reporters surrounded their small home. Someone had leaked the truth. Lily Sterling, the blind daughter of the billionaire CEO, was living under a new identity. Cameras flashed, microphones shouted questions. Emily froze. Her father had found them. That evening, Richard Sterling arrived in a black limousine, flanked by bodyguards. He stepped into the modest home, his expensive shoes clicking on the wooden floor. "Emily," he said coolly, "you've made quite the scandal." "Leave, Dad," she said, trembling. He ignored her and looked down at Lily. "You don't belong here, sweetheart. I can get you the best doctors, the best life." Lily clung to her mother's hand. "I don't want to go." "Emily," her father said sharply, "think of her future." "I am," Emily snapped. For once in your life, can you think about what she needs, not how she looks to the world? That night, Emily realized she had to make a choice: go back to the world of wealth and security, or stay in the uncertain but genuine life she'd built. But there was another storm brewing. Ethan learned the truth about Emily's family name from the news. His hands trembled as he read the headline: Sterling heiress and blind daughter discovered living in hiding. He felt like the ground had disappeared beneath him. The company that had cost his wife her life, it was her family's company. Anger, confusion, and heartbreak tore through him. He didn't call. He didn't visit. Days passed, and Emily noticed the distance. When she finally confronted him, Ethan stood in silence, eyes full of pain. "You lied to me," he said quietly. "I didn't lie," Emily said, her voice shaking. "I just wanted a normal life for Lily. I wanted to be someone else for once, not Richard Sterling's daughter." Ethan clenched his jaw. "Your father's company killed my wife. And you expected me to just forget that?" Emily stepped back, tears streaming down her face. "I didn't know, Ethan. I'm so sorry." He turned away. "I don't know if I can do this." Weeks passed. The world moved on to other scandals, but Emily's heart didn't. She focused on Lily, who missed Ethan deeply. One night, Lily asked softly, "Mommy, why doesn't Mr. Ethan visit anymore?" Emily took her daughter's hand. "Because grown-ups sometimes get lost in their pain, sweetheart. But that doesn't mean they stop caring." Lily was quiet for a long time. Then she said, "Maybe he just can't see the colors anymore. Maybe he needs help hearing them again." That night, Lily recorded a little melody on her keyboard, a soft tune that reminded Emily of ocean waves and sunlight. She asked her mother to deliver it to Ethan. When Ethan played the recording, something inside him broke open. Her voice filled the room, clear and innocent. "Mr. Ethan, this song is for you. It's blue and gold and a little pink. Mommy says when people are sad, music helps them see the light again." Ethan sat there for a long time, tears running down his cheeks. The anger he'd been holding onto began to fade. He realized that Emily wasn't her father, and Lily wasn't a reminder of pain, she was a reminder of healing. The next day, he showed up at Emily's door. She opened it, eyes red from crying. He didn't say anything at first, just pulled her into a hug. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I was blinded by my own grief." Emily sobbed against his chest. "I thought I lost you." "You didn't," he said softly. "You and Lily made me see again, not with my eyes, but with my heart." Months later, Richard Sterling suffered a stroke. Emily reluctantly returned to the city to see him, Lily holding her hand. When they arrived, the once mighty man lay frail in a hospital bed, tubes surrounding him. His voice was weak when he spoke. "I spent my life chasing power," he said. "And I lost everything that mattered. Your daughter, she's the only light left in this family." Emily looked at him through tears. "Then let that be enough." For the first time, Richard reached out a trembling hand toward Lily. She took it without fear. "Hi, Grandpa," she said softly. "I can't see you, but you feel like sunshine." Richard closed his eyes, and a tear slipped down his cheek. After his passing, Emily and Ethan continued building their new life, not with riches or fame, but with love that healed old wounds. Ethan expanded his small workshop, inventing assistive technology for visually impaired children, inspired by Lily. Together, they started a foundation, the Lily Light Project, helping families who couldn't afford care for their disabled children. At the launch event, Lily, now 8, sat at the piano on stage. Her fingers danced across the keys, playing the same melody she'd once sent to Ethan, the one that had brought him back. The audience fell silent, moved by the purity in every note. When she finished, she turned to the crowd and said, "You don't need to see to know what's beautiful. You just need to feel it." The room erupted in applause. Emily stood beside Ethan, their hands intertwined, tears glistening in their eyes. Lily couldn't see the lights or the faces smiling back at her. But she could feel it, the warmth, the love, the life she had inspired. And in that moment, it was clear that the little girl born into darkness had become the brightest light of all. Moral: sometimes, the greatest vision comes not from what we see, but from what we feel. Love, forgiveness, and hope can heal wounds that money and power never could, because true sight begins in the heart.